If you want to be a business success, you got to be organized. That is the key. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. And last time we got together, we talked about some important habits and traits that you need to have to be organized. We're going to pick it up again and continue with some others that are key. One of them is to have a morning ritual. That is what jumpstarts your day. It's always a good idea to have some quiet thinking time. Why? Because there are so many reasons why. First of all, it provides focus. It takes care of you visualizing and seeing your garden as it grows. You want to get rid of the weeds. You want to plant the fertilizer where it's needed. You want to water things. You want to cultivate that garden that is your business. You are in business for yourself, like Eli Incorporated or Eli's Dad Incorporated. Everybody is in business for themselves. So when you have that morning ritual, it gets you focused. It cultivates your why. When you can see, smell, hear, taste, when you visualize what it is you want to get accomplished, your burning desire, it paints the picture. It makes it more of a burning desire. That works in your favor. Your why and because is so critical. What you think is going to help you to act more without procrastinating. That's what you want to do. The other thing it does is when you give yourself that quiet thinking time is it turns on your receiving station. What do I mean by that? When you have a singular focus, you're sending that vibe into the universe so that the universal mind will pick up on it. And the universe wants to help us, but we're thinking 60,000 or so thoughts every single day. Can't focus on every single thought, but if you single out one thought, if you have a single purpose, that transmission gets sent, so you send that out, that visualization. But at the same time, while you're having that quiet thinking time, you're in a relaxed thinking mode. That's when the universal mind, your universal partner, will give you mind flashes or create circumstances for you. You have to be in a position to receive the input from the universal partner. This is what Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich, the best-selling book on personal development ever written, calls the sixth sense. But if you don't put yourself in position to be a receiving station, you're eliminating help that you could be getting from the highest source possible. Your subconscious mind creates the corridor between you and the infinite partner. You have to be in a position to receive these mind flashes. That's what's going to give you ideas. That's what's going to help you think outside of the box. Now, the secret behind success, the answer is kind of simple. It's consistency. It's developing habits. It seems that that's not really a secret at all. You know, successful people were pointing out that persistence is a key to success since the dawn of history. But I would say it's a prerequisite to success. It doesn't give any guarantees, but its opposite gives a guarantee of failure. If you give up, you won't succeed. So you have to have those habits, you have to be consistent with them, and when you have your vision, you have to act on a consistent basis. If you don't, you're guaranteed to fail. Does that make sense? So why is this secret kept in plain view still a secret? Here's the answer. It's actually kind of obvious. Consistency is not flashy. Consistency is not sexy. You don't see headlines with the words perseverance, consistency, persistence, grit very often, do you? You really don't. All right? Those are the things, habits that are droll habits, so to speak. You know, they're not exciting habits. It's not like, you're lifting 3,000 pounds. It's the little things. You are your habits, and then your habits become you. Does that make sense? It's a key thing. Excellence is not an act. It's a habit. It's a habit. And we face some, different obstacles that prevent us from doing that these days. And Eli, I want to point these out to you because it's especially tempting nowadays to chase shiny objects. Social media feeds are full of novelty, okay? Usually it's people embellishing what they did, trying to make you jealous. And the media itself, the news, is full of negativity. You've got to keep these things in mind. You've got to be able to block things out. Take a look at your habits. You are your habits, then your habits become you. At the end of each day, make your game plan for tomorrow. You never want to begin a day until it's finished on paper. Okay, let's go over those two things. First of all, at the end of each day, plant that seed what you want. Because when you're sleeping, your subconscious goes to work. Your brain is still alive even if you're, unconscious. Let that part of your mind, because it's the most important part of your mind, your conscious and your subconscious. But you can't do that. You got to plant that seed and get that vibe out there as much as you can if you want your universal partner to respond and help you out. Does that make sense? Let your brain continue to work. So before you cross the border from being awake to unconsciousness to sleep, make sure that in your passport you have the vision that you want to accomplish and let your brain continue to work. And when you wake up in the morning, make sure you get being a receiving station so that you can get the input from the infinite mind. Never begin the day until it's finished on paper. Once again, when you write something down, you have to do so thoughtfully. You have to envision it. It's not just a random thought. It's what takes something and takes it from a random thought to an actual idea that you can work with. Does that make sense? Jumpstart tomorrow by utilizing your subconscious mind. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose you were going to race against Usain Bolt, okay, one of the fastest human beings of all times, okay? Let's say it was a 100-meter race. You don't really stand much of a chance of beating Usain Bolt, let me be candid with you. But let's suppose Usain Bolt starts at the starting line and you start at 90 meters and you only have 10 meters that you have to run. Do you follow what I'm saying? By giving yourself that jump start, by giving your subconscious mind that chance to work, what you're doing is giving yourself that head start. And most people start at the starting line every day. Very few people, I would say, let's say 95%, 5% start with the 90 meter advantage. They only have to run the 10 because they planted that seed to begin with. Does this make sense? So this is the organization that I want to share with you. Okay? So anyway, these are some very, very key points. Plant the seeds, cultivate your garden, get rid of the weeds. Keep your focus, have a singleness of purpose. Open up the corridor of communication between you and the universal mind. The universal mind wants to partner with you, wants to give you ideas. Only if you let it. If you don't let it, it's not going to happen. Does that make sense? And once again, you're in a big advantage because most people don't do that. So focus on your thinking and focus on that quality thinking time that you give yourself so that you can send out the vibe, receive information, and that's a habit that will get you to jumpstart, give you an advantage in the race that we call life. And always remember, don't ration the passion, fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.